As always, it is so great to have you here, and I hope you're all staying safe and healthy out there. Anyways, today we're coming in with another unknown recipe from Spain, once again from the beautiful province of Jaén. Like I've told you in the past, famously known for their architecture and making some of the best olive oil in the world. We're talking Spanish rice with potatoes and raisins. This is known as Arroz con Patatas y Pasas. And let me tell you, this is not your typical rice dish. This is the next level, as it's filled with so many great textures and flavors. It is absolutely easy to make, and the best part, it's all done in a little over 40 minutes. Folks, serve this rice as a side, next to some pan-grilled fish, or even as a main course next to garden salad. Either way, make sure to enjoy it next to a bottle of Spanish wine for the ultimate dining experience. Alright, let's just jump right into this. I'm going to add in 3 cups of vegetable broth into a saucepan, which is 720 milliliters. You can also use chicken broth here, or even water if you like. Just make sure to season accordingly if you're using water. We'll also pinch in a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. Leave where you get the Spanish golden saffron I'm using in the description box below. And heat it with a medium heat. Then we'll add in 1/2 cup of raisins into a fine sieve with a bowl underneath. This is about 75 grams. And fill it with some warm water, just enough to barely cover the raisins. This is not only going to hydrate them, but it's going to make them nice and plump. That way they're full of flavor. For the next step, I'm going to heat a paella pan with a medium heat. Size of the pan that I'm using is 12 inches, which is 30 centimeters. You can also use a standard fry pan here if you like. And add in 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 90 milliliters. Make sure you use the good stuff here. It is what truly flavors this rice dish. Leave where you get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. While the oil is heating, I'm going to cut 1 medium-sized potato that's already been peeled, washed, and patted dry into rounds that are 1 centimeter thick, which is a little over 1/4 inch. I'm using a Yukon Gold, but you can use any type of potato you like. Then we'll add the sliced potatoes into the hot fry pan, and you want to make sure they're all in a single layer. And we're going to go between 4 to 5 minutes per side on the potatoes until they're lightly golden fried. In the meantime, let's get the rest of the ingredients ready. I'm going to finely chop 1 medium-sized onion. I'm using a typical yellow onion here, but you can also use red onions, a white onion, or even a sweet one if you prefer. We'll also roughly chop 6 cloves of garlic. And we'll finally grate 2 large tomatoes to end up with a generous 1/2 cup of tomato sauce, which is 150 grams. You can also use canned tomato sauce here, which is similar to passata. But I tell you, by taking this step is what gives this dish that authentic Spanish touch. After frying the potatoes between 4 to 5 minutes per side and they're lightly golden fried, at this stage you don't have to fully cook them through. We'll remove them from the pan. And we'll season the potatoes with a kiss of sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. Now, using the same pan with the same heat, we'll add in the chopped onion and the chopped garlic. And we'll mix the ingredients around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil. And as you know, I like to mix this around continuously, that way everything evenly sautés. After about 4 minutes, and the onions are slightly translucent, and that garlic is nice and fragrant, we'll add in the grated tomatoes, along with the raisins that have been soaking in water, and season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together, and then simmer it for a few minutes. While tomato sauce is simmering, let's get our final ingredient ready. I'm going to measure out 1 cup of rice, which is 190 grams. I'm using Spanish short grain rice, which is similar to arborio. Of course, you can use any rice you like here. Just make sure to check the package instructions. That way you get your liquid to rice ratios right on the money. After simmering the grated tomatoes between 3 to 4 minutes, you can see they slightly thicken. We'll add in the rice. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. Then we'll grab our simmering vegetable broth and gently add it into the fry pan. And we'll give this one final mix. That way everything's evenly distributed. And then we'll add the fried potatoes back into the pan, once again, all in a single layer. lower it to a low-medium heat, and we're going to simmer this for about 18 minutes or until the rice is just cooked through. Once again, make sure to check the package instructions in the rice you're using. That way you get your cooking times right on the money. After simmering the rice for about 18 minutes and it's just cooked through, this is ready to go. I'm going to remove the pan from the heat. And we'll cover it with a dishcloth and let it sit there for a few minutes. You know, by trapping that steam in there, it's going to ensure that each grain of rice is perfectly cooked through. After a couple minutes, we'll uncover the pan. And we'll serve this directly out of the pan, topped off with some chopped parsley. Check it out, our Spanish rice with potatoes and raisins is done. Easy to make, gorgeous presentation, and all done in a little over 40 minutes. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, arroz con patatas y pasas. This I am so excited to try. Here we go. One more bite. You know, for those of you that follow Spain on the Fork, you know I'm from Valencia. We have so many great rice dishes from Spain. This one right here sits up there with the best of them. So sad it's so unknown. Rice is beautifully cooked, absorbed everything in the pan. The potatoes add the texture, and those raisins are sweet and savory, taking this to the next level. Easy to make, give it a try at home. Once again, as a side dish, next to some pan-grilled fish, or even as a main course next to garden salad. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite, it's gonna fill your body with so much goodness. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Karen Reynolds, Leslie Tyson, and Kevin Moran. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.